Hello everyone. Today I want to start with a question for you. How does Google give you search results? Pause the video for a moment, try to think about it and answer in your mind. Okay, think of Google as a super fast librarian. So when you type something like how to make dosa, Google does not answer, instead it finds the web pages matching your keywords. It will give you the list of websites where you must click, read, compare, and you have to understand yourself. So how does ChatGPT gives answers? You can think like it's a knowledgeable teacher or assistant, right? We all know ChatGPT is trained on books, articles, websites, and a lot of conversations. And the one thing I wanted to tell you, ChatGPT uses something called transformer based neural network. So that is the one special thing that is different from Google here, because it uses a transformer based neural network to understand your question, to predict the best next word, and it works like a human, like it gives you a human like answer. So the secret behind ChatGPT is something called the transformer model. So what is transformer? So before we go, I want to ask another question. Have you ever noticed something interesting on your mobile keyboard? So when you type on your mobile keyboard, let's say you type any two words, how are, the keyboard suggests you, your, things, like that. Have you ever tried continuously clicking those suggestions without typing anything yourself? If you do that, keyboard frames a full sentence on its own. Now pause and think, is that sentence 100% correct? Not always. Sometimes one or two words feel odd. Why does this happen? Because the keyboard is doing something called next word prediction. How does it predict the next word? What the keyboard does is very simple. It takes these two input words and compare it with the data it was trained on, like millions of sentences that is typed by the users earlier. So inside the data, it checks after the words how are, what is the most commonly used next word. In most cases, the best matches you. So the keyboard doesn't understand the meaning, it just matches the patterns from the past data and predicts the most probable third word. So the idea here is n-gram. N-gram means 1 gram, 2 gram, 3 gram, okay, like that we have a n grams. For example, if I type I am very, okay, here that you consider a 3 gram model, which means it look at the last 3 words and predicts what the word usually comes next. Okay, so if it is a 5 gram model, then it looks for the last 5 words and predict the next word. Okay, if it is a 2 gram model, then it a same thing, right? So but the output is not perfect, okay, but mostly meaningful, but it is not perfect. It will not give you the perfect sentence like a chat gpt, right? Chat gpt don't use such small engrams. Okay, here chat gpt look at some hundreds of previous words using the transformer and attention mechanism. Okay, that's why the chat gpt sounds far more natural. It's like a human like results, right? It's a context aware compared to the mobile keyboard. So you can think, what about a brain? Like human brain neurons. Neurons means it receives signals, process them, and pass information forward. Okay, that's how a brain works. So, inspired by this idea, scientists created something called perceptron. Okay, it's a simple mathematical model. Perceptron means it takes the input, applies the weights, and produces an output. So when many perceptrons connect together, then they form a neural networks. How neural networks predict the next word? Neural networks learn the patterns from huge amount of data. They will learn which word usually come together, in what order, in what context. So when you type a sentence, the network doesn't know the answer. It predicts the most probable next word. So now I'll bring you the important question, what is transformer? Transformer is a special type of neural network. It is designed for a language understanding and generation. So just like a neural network, it learns the massive text data and predicts the next word. And you know that ChatGPT does not think in sentence. It thinks one word at a time. For example, if you type write a story, ChatGPT does not generate the whole story instantly. Instead, it asks what is the next best word. Maybe it predicts once. Now the input becomes write a story once. Again it predicts the next word, upon, and then a, and then time. So once upon a time, a step by step, a story is born. So the ChatGPT is extremely good at predicting the next word. How? Because a transformer is a special type of neural network. Why special? What is that special? The transformer uses something called attention mechanism. So I'm going to start with the idea that changed everything. You know, in 2017, a research paper was published with the title Attention is All You Need. That paper introduced a new way for machines to understand the languages. From that idea, the transformer architecture was born. Okay, let's understand what attention is, and then we will see the transformers, okay, how it is built around it. Attention. So no, earlier languages, you see, they will look only the last few words. So they forgot the context of the sentence. But attention changed this. Instead of reading the text from left to right, attention allows a model to look all the words at the same time and decides which words matter more. So attention lets the word talk to each other. We can say that as a simple terms. So unlike the older neural network, transformer uses the attention to look all the words at once and decide which one matters more. And then it makes the better next word prediction. That's why the transformer are so powerful. That's why the ChatGPT works so well. Okay, we can say all transformers are neural networks, but not all neural networks are transformers. So what is transformer? Transformer is a special type of neural network. It is designed to understand and generate languages. And that's the core idea behind ChatGPT and transformers and how it predicts the next word using attention. So in my next video, we will dive into transformer architecture step by step and see exactly how it all works together. So let's keep learning together. Thank you so much for being here and watching.